Sun Wukong growled fiercely. Finish her off. The old Dragon King grabbed Sun Wukong's sleeve and pleaded, Please, great sage, don't. She's returning to save your master. Spare my daughter. She's also devoted to protecting the pilgrims. Sun Wukong snorted coldly. Devoted, huh? Humph. I hate devotion the most. It has cost many their lives. I will wake them all up one by one. The old Dragon King knelt down, still clutching Sun Wukong's lapel, begging, Great sage, please, I beg you. Sun Wukong shouted, Let go. The old Dragon King persisted. Promise me you won't harm my daughter. Sun Wukong sneered. Ha! Funny. When have I ever pitted anyone? With a flick of his hand, he threw the Dragon King aside and brandished his golden cudgel. I haven't forgotten your stuff. I'll use it to finish you off, and we'll be even. With a loud crack, a few wisps of blood mist began to spread in the sea water. The previously azure blue sea water stretched endlessly. Endless, azure blue sea water. The little dragon girl pouted. Why is it always sea water? Isn't there anything else? I want to go outside and see. The little dragon girl always did what she wanted. So she transformed into a golden carp and left the palace. Of course, she didn't tell her father. She was grown up, she could sneak out if she wanted. She swam and swam for 3 days. It was still just blue. Annoying. She grabbed a fish by the roadside. Hey, how much longer until the shore? The fish said, How dare you talk to me like that? I'm a shark. The little dragon girl showed no fear. I've always talked like this. What can you do about it? Bite me? I bet you don't dare. The shark was puzzled. Why can't I bite you? The little dragon girl laughed and swam away, leaving the shark still wondering. Why can't I bite her? She's just a carp. She swam for another 3 days. So tired. But I should be close to the shore now. A sailfish swam past her. So frustrating. I want to kill you. Kill you. Kill you. The sailfish shook its body and swam off. Humph. Infuriating. No choice. I'll transform. The sea water around her began to ripple, golden waves spreading out. Suddenly, the sea water was violently pushed aside, forming a dazzling vacuum, illuminating the deep sea around it. Oh no! The sun has fallen into the sea, the fish exclaimed. A water column shot straight out of the sea, splashing into countless droplets that scattered across the sky, each reflecting the golden sunlight. At first glance, the sky and sea were a dazzling array of golden stars. The figure of the white dragon appeared. Her body was as lustrous as jade, her form as graceful as clouds. So beautiful! The sea creatures marveled. Seeing a dragon, this life is worth it. The sea anemones and seaweed exclaimed happily. Help! Help! We have acrophobia. The fish carried by the water waves cried out. The white dragon smiled slightly, gently swaying her body, sending some water droplets to envelop the fish in the air, gently lowering them back to the sea. Wow, we're flying! The fish exclaimed in delight. I want to fly too. I want to fly. A small fish in the sea jumped, getting a knock from its mother. You're a fish. Fish can never fly. The white dragon smiled. Yes, being a dragon was so wonderful. The sea and sky were there to be explored. Strangely, she hadn't realized it before, but seeing these fish, she understood the value of transcending boundaries. In a moment, she could see the land below the clouds. Of course, she couldn't just go down like that. So she returned to the sea, turning into a carp again. She chose a direction and swam on. Whether choosing any direction would lead to the same fate. In Chapter 6, she saw the world above the water, a wondrous world. The creatures called humans walked on the shore, doing various things. They wore different clothes, had different expressions, some joyful, some sorrowful. She really wanted to know what was in the hearts of those people. Truly, she suddenly had a strong desire. She wanted to understand a person, to explore his heart. So she swam along the riverbank, observing every person on the shore. Then she saw him. The moment she saw him, She was attracted. Why? She didn't know. Was it because he was handsome? Because he had a distinctive bald head? Yes, it was his eyes. He was looking at the scenery by the river, with a gaze different from everyone else's. That look, like the sun, warm, joyful, whether it was a blade of grass or the willows by the riverbank, or the people bustling on the street, it was all in appreciation, in praise. That monk! Why are you staring at a girl like that? Pervert. Disgusting. A woman shouted. Monk? He's called a monk? Why were they scolding him? Wasn't it nice to be looked at with such gentle eyes? Why be angry? The monk didn't get angry. He smiled. I'm not looking at you. I'm admiring the flowers. The flowers in the water. Color is emptiness. Flower-obsessed monk. People scolded. The white dragon really couldn't understand humans. Look at the people on the shore. The butcher glaring at the pork head, and the pork head glaring back. The scholar walking with a sigh. The woman upstairs flirting. The guests and the waiter arguing over a fly in the bowl. Two martial artists drawing swords over who bumped into whom. If they all had this monk's view of the world, they would find everything quite ridiculous. The white dragon was eager to swim to the shore, for the monk to see her. Would he be very surprised then? After all, she had transformed into a rare golden carp. The monk would certainly praise her. She swam over. Suddenly, she felt a tightness around her. Something had entangled her.